Hey everyone, ever wake up from a dream and think, what in the world was that all about?
Right.
We're diving into the fascinating world of dreams today
Yeah.
with this article, Decoded Dreams. What do your weirdest dreams really mean?
Oh,
Hopefully, you'll walk away understanding a little bit more
yeah.
why your brain conjures up those bizarre nighttime scenarios,
Yeah.
and maybe even what your subconscious is trying to tell you.
It's interesting, isn't it? This hidden world we slip into every night.
Yeah,
Most people don't realize that dreaming is directly linked to REM sleep.
right.
That's when your brain is most active, even though your body is completely still.
Like our brain has clocked in for a night shift while the rest of us is catching those Z's.
Exactly. Neuroscientists believe this brain activity during REM sleep plays a crucial role in memory consolidation, emotional processing, and even problem solving.
Wow.
One fascinating theory is that dreams function like a mental decluttering session.
Okay.
Your brain is sifting through the day's events, deciding what to keep and what to clear out, making those neural connections.
So that explains why I sometimes dream about something from years ago
Yeah.
that seemed totally insignificant at the time.
Right.
It's like my brain decided to randomly pull that file out and dust it off.
Precisely. Or let's say you've been wrestling with a tricky problem all day.
Okay,
Ever wake up with a sudden flash of insight or potential solution?
sure.
That's your dream brain hard at work making connections while you sleep.
That's happened to me before.
Really?
I always thought it was just a coincidence, but maybe my brain was actually working on the problem in the background all night.
Interesting.
Okay, so our brains are busy bees when we sleep, but what about the actual meaning behind those dreams?
Right.
This article delves into the long history of dream interpretation, going all the way back to ancient civilizations.
Wow.
They actually believed dreams were messages from the gods.
It's true, dreams have fascinated humanity for centuries.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about dream interpretation without mentioning Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung,
Right.
two figures who've had a huge influence on how we view dreams even today.
Right. Freud with his theories about dreams revealing our hidden desires,
Yes.
and Jung with his concept of the collective unconscious,
Mm.
this well of shared human experiences we all tap into.
It gets pretty deep pretty quickly, doesn't
It
it?
does.
While their theories are fascinating, it's important to remember that modern dream interpretation
Okay.
isn't about applying those interpretations as strict rules.
Mm.
It's more about recognizing how dreams reflect our own personal experiences,
Okay.
emotions, and even our mental well-being.
So it's less about a universal dream dictionary and more about understanding the unique language of our own minds.
Exactly.
Okay.
Each dream is like a personalized message.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we learn to understand the symbols and patterns within our own dreams,
Right.
the more those messages start to make sense.
I like that, a personalized message.
Yeah.
And, speaking of personalized messages,
Uh-huh.
this article dives into those common dream themes,
Right?
the ones we seem to experience again and again. What about those? Are they unique to each of us, or do they hold universal meanings?
That's a great question, and it's something dream researchers have been exploring for years. There are definitely some recurring themes that pop up across cultures and time periods,
Okay.
and one that often comes up is the feeling of being chased.
Oh, man, those are the worst. Your heart's racing. You can't catch your breath.
Right.
And you wake up feeling like you just ran a marathon.
Well,
What's the deal with those?
the article suggests that being chased in a dream often symbolizes something we're avoiding in our waking lives.
Okay, that tracks. I feel like I'm constantly avoiding something. Deadlines, errands,
Right.
that awkward conversation I need to have with my neighbor. The list goes on.
Think about it this way. What's chasing you in the dream? Is it a person you recognize, a shadowy figure, or maybe something completely abstract? The clearer those details are in your dream,
Yeah.
the more likely it is your subconscious is trying to give you a nudge in the right direction.
So if I'm being chased by a giant stack of bills, maybe it's a sign I need to get my finances in order.
Exactly. Or if it's a shadowy figure,
Okay.
it might be worth exploring any unresolved fears or anxieties that you've been pushing aside.
That's a little creepy, but also kind of cool. It's like our dreams are trying to protect us in a way.
It's fascinating, isn't it? This idea that our subconscious is always working behind the scenes, trying to process our experiences and guide us towards a greater sense of balance.
Right.
And sometimes dreams are the avenue for that guidance.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, what about those dreams where you're suddenly back in school,
Uh-huh.
and you realize you've completely forgotten about a big exam.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't studied, you can't even remember what subject it is,
Right.
and everyone else seems totally prepared.
Ah, yes, the classic exam dream. It's interesting that you bring that one up
Yeah.
because it ties into a concept explored in his work,
Okay.
the fear of inadequacy or not measuring up. These dreams often reflect anxieties we have in our waking lives,
Right.
but perhaps not in such a direct way.
So even though I haven't been in a classroom in years,
Yeah,
that dream might actually be about my fear of failing at work or in my personal life?
precisely.
Wow.
It's rarely about the exam itself,
Okay.
and more about the underlying emotions, the
Yeah.
pressure to perform, the fear of judgment, the feeling of being unprepared for life's challenges.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. It's like our dreams are speaking in a symbolic language,
Yeah,
and it's up to us to interpret what those symbols mean for us personally.
exactly. And sometimes the best way to understand that language is to pay attention to the patterns in our dreams.
Okay. So we're starting to see these patterns, these recurring themes.
Right.
What I find really intriguing is this idea of lucid dreaming,
Yeah.
becoming aware that you're dreaming while you're in the dream itself.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever experienced that?
I have, actually. It's a remarkable feeling.
Mm.
Imagine realizing you have the power to shape the dream,
Wow.
to change the scenery, or even fly. That's the potential of lucid dreaming.
Wow, it's like stepping into the director's chair of your own mind. What I find fascinating is that this article suggests anyone can learn to lucid dream.
Yeah.
They mention something called reality checks. What are those exactly?
Reality checks are a technique used to trigger that awareness within the dream.
Okay.
Throughout the day, you pause and question whether you're dreaming. For instance, you might try flipping a light switch,
Okay.
checking the time, or looking at your reflection,
Right.
things that often appear distorted in dreams.
Yeah.
The idea is that if you do this consistently in your waking life,
Okay.
the habit will eventually carry over into your dream state,
Mm.
and you'll have that aha moment of realizing, wait a minute, this isn't real, I'm dreaming.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love the idea of training your mind to become more conscious even while asleep. But beyond the wow factor, are there any real benefits to lucid dreaming?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not just a cool party trick.
Okay.
Research suggests that lucid dreaming can enhance creativity, improve problem-solving skills, and even help us face our fears in a safe environment.
Wow.
Imagine confronting that fear of public speaking in a dream,
Right.
where the stakes are low and you have complete control.
Yeah.
It's like having a dress rehearsal for real life within the boundless stage of your mind.
That's incredible. So much potential in those dream hours we often dismiss as just, well, dreams.
Right.
Speaking of which, it can be frustrating to have a vivid dream and then forget it minutes after waking up.
Yeah.
Why do we tend to forget our dreams so easily?
It's a common phenomenon.
Yeah.
And scientists believe it might have to do with how our brains prioritize information. Our waking life, with all its demands and sensory input, takes precedence.
Right.
Dreams, often seen as less essential, are filed away differently, making them more susceptible to fading from memory.
It's like our brain is saying, thanks for the show, but we've got important business to attend to now.
Right.
But the article does offer a solution, right? Something about dream journaling.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Keeping a dream journal is one of the most effective ways to improve dream recall.
Okay.
As soon as you wake up, jot down whatever you remember,
Yeah.
even if it's just fragments or emotions. This act of writing reinforces those neural pathways,
Okay.
making it more likely you'll remember your dreams in greater detail.
So it's like sending a memo to your brain saying, hey, these dreams are important, take note. It makes you wonder what hidden insights we might uncover if we could tap into that well of subconscious wisdom more consistently.
That's the beauty of it. Dreams offer a unique window into our inner world,
Right.
a realm of symbolism, metaphor, and unfiltered emotion.
Yeah.
By paying attention to our dreams, exploring their themes, and reflecting on their possible meanings,
Right.
we embark on a journey of self-discovery.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from the science of sleep to the symbolic language of dreams.
Yeah, it's been a good deep dive.
It has. If there's one thing I'm taking away from this deep dive, it's that dreams aren't just random firings of neurons.
Right.
They hold meaning. They offer guidance. They invite us to listen.
I like that.
To our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of dreams. Until next time, sleep well, dream vividly. And remember, the answers might just be waiting for you on the other side of consciousness.